If you are over the age of 18 and a fan of the NBA, you definitely remember the 2011-12 NBA season where Jeremy Lin brought Linsanity to the league. But how many fans really know the story of Jeremy Lin? In this video, we're going to be taking it all the way back to the beginning to understand the struggles, the big break, and the tragedy that's become Jeremy Lin's NBA career. Lin grew up in Palo Alto, California, and from the beginning, people always doubted him. His parents were Taiwanese, and when people looked at his ethnicity, they unfortunately doubted that he could ever play basketball at a high level. Lin learned the game of basketball from his father, who would teach him at the local YMCA. Even though he seemed to have some natural ability, he wasn't very tall, which is a big reason why people didn't think he had what it took. However, he didn't give up on himself. He played high school basketball, and by his senior year, he dominated the competition. Lin averaged 15 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 5 steals per game as a senior. He led Palo Alto High School to a 32-1 record and an upset victory over the nationally ranked Mater Dei for the California Interscholastic Federation Division II state title. Lin was named First Team All-State and Northern California Division II Player of the Year. After his senior year, Lin sent the highlights of his high school basketball career to the University of California, Berkeley, Stanford University, and some other Ivy League schools. The only teams that guaranteed him a spot were Harvard and Brown, but Ivy League schools do not offer sports scholarships. The other schools only offered Lin a chance at a walk-on, so he decided to go to Harvard University.
My name is Jeremy, and I'm class of 2010.
Lin started off slow in college, only averaging 4.8 points per game. One of the Harvard coaches remembered him as the weakest guy on the team in terms of physicality. Once again, people doubted Lin, but it didn't faze him. He knew he needed to get stronger, so that's exactly what he did. In his last 3 years of college, Lin brought his points average up to 13, 18, and 16 points respectively. He became the first player in the history of Ivy League schools to record at least 1,450 points, 450 rebounds, 400 assists, and 200 steals. Even with his impressive resume, no NBA team drafted Lin in the 2010 NBA draft. The New York Times wrote, "Lin is a smart passer with a flawed jump shot and a thin frame who might not have the strength and athleticism to defend, create his own shot, or finish at the rim in the NBA." The NBA seemed to doubt him, and the media doubted him, but he still didn't give up. He kept working hard, developing his game, and eventually earned an invite to the Dallas Mavericks preseason camp and their summer league team. Lin's play during the summer league season was impressive enough to earn him offers from the Mavericks, Lakers, and Warriors. Things started to turn in his favor. On July 21st, 2010, Lin signed a 2-year deal with the Golden State Warriors, his hometown team. Even though he was undrafted, Lin's appearance in the NBA was groundbreaking. Lin became the first American of Taiwanese descent to play in the NBA. His time with the Warriors was bittersweet. The fact he played in the NBA was a dream come true, but he still didn't get much playing time. Lin finished his rookie season playing 29 games and averaging 2.6 points on 38.9% shooting. Right before the next season began, he was cut by the Warriors on the first day of their training camp. Lin's career, which seemed to be on the up and up, fell as quickly as it had risen. Once again, people began to doubt him. Times got tough for him because it appeared that no team wanted him. He continued to work on his game as well as his physical fitness. Lin gained 15 pounds of muscle, yet no NBA team reached out to him. On December 12, 2011, the Houston Rockets took a chance on him, but the Rockets quickly proved to be like the others and doubted Jeremy Lin. Only 12 days after being picked up by the Rockets, they released him. Lin's NBA career appeared to be over before it even started. Then, it all changed when the New York Knicks called. The Knicks were in need of a guard during the 2011-12 NBA season. They got rid of their veteran point guard, Chauncey Billups, and Iman Shumpert was injured. The Knicks still had guards such as Tony Douglas and Mike Bibby. They also recently signed point guard Baron Davis, but he was out with an injury as well. So the Knicks decided to give Lin a chance, despite not seeing him play much. He was immediately shoved to the back of the bench. He couldn't get any playing time. In January, then with their current point guard struggling, Knicks coach Mike D'Antoni decided to give Lin a chance. In his first game against the Nets, Lin went off. He scored a career-high 25 points on 10 for 19 shooting. He also recorded 5 rebounds and 7 assists. On top of that, the Knicks won the game 99-92. The next game, Lin was moved into the starting lineup, and he scored 28 points while dishing out 8 assists. After the Knicks beat the Washington Wizards, where Lin scored 23 while handing out 10 assists, the Knicks got ready to play Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. By this time, the NBA world was going crazy over Lin, and Linsanity became known across the entire NBA. It was reported that Kobe didn't know about Lin's recent great play before the game, but he soon would find out. That game, Kobe struggled shooting the ball, scoring 34 points on 11 for 29 shooting. Lin, on the other hand, shot well. He shot 13 for 23 from the field and outscored Kobe with 38 points, and the Knicks won their 4th straight game by beating the Lakers 92-85. The Knicks would win their 5th straight game by defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves 100-98. Lin struggled from the field in that game, only shooting 8 for 24 with 20 points. But the next game against the Toronto Raptors would be the best highlight of his career. With 17 seconds remaining in a tied game, Lin had the ball in his hands. The game was played in Toronto, but you wouldn't be able to tell because of the amount of people cheering for Lin. He took 4 dribbles to step closer to the three-point line before launching a 3 and knocking it down with a half a second remaining. His first game winner truly brought Linsanity into the mainstream. He also became the first NBA player in history to score at least 20 points and have 7 assists in each of his first 5 starts. Jeremy Lin was finally somebody in the NBA. The next question was, how long could it last?
Hello again, basketball fans. Rick Hamlin here in Atlanta with breaking news. Mike D'Antoni is out as head coach of the New York Knicks. NBA.com has confirmed that Mike Woodson is taking over as interim head coach of the Knicks, who have lost 8 of their last 10 basketball games.
Welcome back. Jeremy Lin had missed his past 3 games with a sore left knee, and it's worse than that. It has been diagnosed as a torn left meniscus. He has elected to have surgery on the knee, and that means that Jeremy Lin is going to be out for 6 weeks following this procedure.
Evidence is mounting that the New York Knicks will not bring back Jeremy Lin. In fact, I reported that they're saying they're not going to match the Houston Rockets' $25 million 3-year offer to Jeremy Lin.
Ian Begley from ESPNNewYork.com joins us now with breaking news. Ian, what is it?
Linsanity is over in New York. The Knicks have confirmed that they've decided not to match Houston's 3-year offer to Jeremy Lin. Lin will now be a Houston Rocket.
So he signed with the Rockets, thinking it would be his team to run. Soon after, the Rockets acquired James Harden, and his ball-dominant play was what the Rockets utilized. Sadly, Lin would never get the chance to play as he did in New York again. Even though he started all 82 games in the 2012-13 season, his numbers weren't that special since Harden controlled the ball for most of the time. After his first season in Houston, his role would drop to becoming a 6th man for most of the games. Lin would then bounce around to 5 different teams in the next 5 years, eventually landing in Toronto during the end of the 2018-19 season. He averaged less than 19 minutes and only 7 points per game with the Raptors, but he did win a championship as the Raptors defeated the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. Even though Lin didn't play a major part of the team, he was still an NBA champion, and that is something nobody can ever take away from him. After his championship season, Lin became a free agent and no team signed him. He later said he felt like he hit rock bottom and that the NBA had kind of given up on him. He would eventually sign with the Beijing Ducks to play in the Chinese Basketball Association, or the CBA. After his year in the CBA, Lin felt like he could make an NBA roster. He joined the Golden State Warriors G League team, the Santa Cruz Warriors. He played in 9 games, averaging 20 points and 6 assists per game. Even with those impressive stats, the Golden State Warriors never brought him up to their roster. After the season, he returned to the Beijing Ducks in the CBA and is currently a member of the Ducks. Lin still has hopes to make it back to the NBA, and the fact that he's only 33 and is staying in shape by playing in the CBA means he could potentially help an NBA team make a run at the title. Whether you're a Knicks fan or not, it is safe to say we all hope to see him come back to the NBA where he belongs. And that is the story of Jeremy Lin. Thank you all for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. That's all for today, and I will see you guys next time.